Caitlin Clark keeps it a buck on NBA superstar Steph Curry. Caitlin Clark kept it a buck when talking to reporters about NBA superstar Steph Curry. Clark has drawn comparisons to the Golden State Warriors point guard because of the way in which her playing style shares similarities with his. Since Clark burst onto the basketball scene even before she turned pro and was playing in college, she has shown significant ability from extraordinary range, has consistent scoring prowess, and has an undeniable impact both on and off the court, just like Curry. Clark's impact on the game can be felt as she spent 3 weeks sidelined due to injury and viewership. Not just at Indiana Fever, but across the WNBA as a whole declined. Since her return, the audience is back, and she's rewarding them by putting up big numbers. As the Fever visited the Golden State Valkyries on Thursday, Clark spoke about her admiration for Curry. Ahead of the game against the Valkyries, Clark said, "This is my first time here, and you know I grew up watching Steph. But I was also a kid that grew up getting to watch him, and I think he's really changed the way basketball is played. Maybe at times, me and him, both like kids, shouldn't always just go chuck a bunch of threes, but that's what makes the game so exciting. And that's what he's been able to do throughout his career." Clark has changed basketball too, and the impact she's having on the sport, combined with her surging popularity, cannot be denied. Fever lost at the Valkyries by an 88-77 scoreline, despite building a 21-12 lead from the first quarter. Part of the Valkyries' success was limiting Clark, typically a high scorer, to just 11 points from 34 minutes. Third in the Eastern Conference, Fever have won as many games as they've lost this season, sticks, but will hope to refine their scoring shoes when they take on Las Vegas Aces on the 22nd of June. They finished the month with games against the Storm, Sparks, and Wings. Under the blistering lights of a post-game presser, Caitlin Clark leaned into the mic with a grin that said more than stats ever could. She had just wrapped up another stellar performance for the Indiana Fever, dropping 27 points and 8 assists in a dazzling win. But the question thrown her way wasn't about her clutch shots or floor vision. Steph Curry, the reporter asked, "You've drawn comparisons, worn his shoes, even borrowed his range. What's the real deal? What does he mean to you?" Clark didn't hesitate. "I mean, let's keep it a buck," she said, flashing a smile. "Steph Curry changed the game, and honestly, he helped me believe I could change it too." That answer, raw, honest, and packed with admiration, sent ripples across social media. Within minutes, clips of Clark's quote lit up X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram, sparking a flurry of fan edits, side-by-side jumpers, half-court heat checks, a generation-spanning montage of no 30 and no 22 pulling up from the logo with swagger and soul. It wasn't the first time Caitlin Clark had tipped her cap to the NBA superstar, but this time it felt different. This was more than admiration. It was a nod from a game-changer in the making to the game-changer she grew up watching. The blueprint behind the buckets. Clark has long called Steph Curry her basketball inspiration, not just for the way he shoots, though that's a big part of it, but for the way he broke the mold. "I watched Steph when I was like 12 years old," Clark once said. "He wasn't the tallest, strongest, or fastest guy on the floor, but he outworked everyone. He made it okay to be different, to shoot from deep, to play with joy. That stuck with me, and it shows." Clark's fearless range, her quick trigger release, and her joyful confidence mirror Curry in ways that are impossible to ignore. Whether it's draining a step-back three from the logo or celebrating with a shimmy, her style is more than influence. It's evolution. But Clark isn't just a Curry clone. She's taken the spark and set it ablaze in her own way. Her passing is flashier. Her court command is more vocal. And her rise in the WNBA spotlight has added a cultural and generational weight Curry himself has applauded. She's must-watch. Curry said in an interview earlier this season, "She's changing the game in her own lane, and that's what it's all about."